Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Final Show Films. I'm Sen, your executive producer here. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I particularly want to thank our $25 tier supporters over on our Patreon page at patreon.com/msfilms. Those being Cat Waterflame, Trevian Alexander, Samantha Bates, and Cat Waterflame, without whom we wouldn't be able to do nearly as much of all the things we do. So thank you very much for your support over the years and everyone else that watches us. And those of you that are watching live, please stay tuned. Stay tuned. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy. And we're live.
Ta-da! Unlike some of the NPCs you will meet today, spoilers. Hi, I'm Laura. I'm running this game. It's been a minute because I had school and my brain was mushy for a while, but we're back. Ta-da! With me today are Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Effie Nixfire, the elemental playmate.
And Holly.
Hey, I'm Holly. I'm playing Miranda. She's Darkling Shadowlane.
There you go. Shawnee.
Hi, I'm Shawnee, and I'm playing Mercutio, the fairest mirror skin.
And Sen.
I'm Sen, and I'm distracted by a game called Super Lesbian Animal RPG.
Turn off the laser.
Not a laser.
You want to send me a link to that?
Yeah.
It's a metaphorical laser.
Thank you.
Hang on, I'm grabbing a link. I'm playing Gunaria, the elemental snow skin. I'm sure there's another qualifier there, but
no, that sounds about accurate. And Jack.
Never not funny.
Everybody's here. Okay. Hi, I'm Jack. The name of this game is Changeling on Ice, since that hasn't been said yet. And I'm playing Brecken Thorn, who's a beast hunter heart. Glad to be back, everybody.
Yup. This game is a horror game. There may be scary things here or things that disturb you, and you just don't really want to have strange, weird, terrible dreams about them, like me. So don't do that. Just turn it off. Just go do something else. Sort of look at a light for a while, find a fireplace. I don't know, something that's calming.
Did you just tell our audience to go blind themselves?
Yes.
No.
Just stare at a light for a while?
By implication.
I've done that and I'm fine.
You also wear glasses, don't you?
Yes, but that happened before I stared at lights, so I don't really see it's not directly correlated. Anyway,
how many lights are there?
4.
How much does your prescription need to be updated?
Yeah, Changeling on Ice. We're back. Last time we were here, the Motley, well, they're not technically quite a Motley yet. Maybe they should figure that out. Maybe they won't yet, because they're sort of still divided on some things. Some of them really want to kill their fetches, which are sort of copies, versions of them left to replace them, because no one would notice the difference. It's basically the same person.
It's also sort of unclear at what point a changeling becomes aware of pledges and motleys.
Yes, that is also true. They don't know a lot, this group of people, because they haven't really been properly introduced to things. But maybe they will this time. Who knows? We'll find out together, because I don't know what these weirdos are going to do. The other thing that happened was that, they went to sleep in a crypt, which is perfectly normal, because they had decided that it would probably be better to go find out what's happening with the ghosts in Quincy Mine in the daylight, when ghosts are maybe not as strong, which is a good idea. And I think that catches us up. So the sun rises the next morning. Everyone gets a willpower right there. Ta-da.
I believe there had been an argument for a day between, so we weren't literally going immediately.
Yes, or like half a day.
half a day or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember is like you're gonna go in the afternoon, but like
sounds right.
to give yourselves like
Have
a
the
morning to prep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's everyone doing to prep? It's a good question.
Mercutio is going to get some early investigation in.
Okay, gonna go for a coffee?
Yeah, gonna go find a coffee shop.
Sure.
Bracken's gonna go over his book that gave him language back and see if there's anything about ghosts in there.
Okay, excellent. Bracken's gonna pour over a book.
Or the mine.
No. We'll go to Mercutio then, who's headed down to a coffee shop. Getting there early to kind of scope it out, or are you trying to like get there about the time you saw them leaving last time? Assuming regular schedules.
A little bit before that, yeah, because I
Okay.
going as Alex today,
Okay.
and want to try and identify who's what.
Mm-hmm. All right. And to remind me, that's a different persona than the one you were using before, correct?
Yes, I was Lexi
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
ran across her
Okay.
the first time.
I wanted to double check because I wasn't sure because it's been a minute. Right. You go and you sit. Are you just kind of sitting there in the open? You're trying to be subtle about this. You go in and from the outside, you don't see any of anyone who's got that telltale like double perspective thing going on, or you can see any other changelings yet.
Mercutio managed to steal and social engineer their way into enough money to buy a snowmobile. I feel like they got a few bucks left over. They'll just get a coffee and sit and wait.
Okay. All right. You hang on. I'm trying to find that person's name. Where are they? It's somewhere. That one? Nope. There's Mike's Higher Lemonade. That's it clearly on my sheet. There they are. Yeah. So you sit and wait. And you don't get there you haven't gotten there like super early, so it doesn't take a long time. It's pretty busy, this coffee shop. It's like pretty near the university, and so you've got like a lot of students coming in and out. Not a whole lot of people like sitting around right now. Early morning, most people are grabbing things to go at this point. But in like 45 minutes, an hour most, you see that bear person, large, different shirt this time, not accompanied by Amber, come in, stand in line. He's waiting, looking up at the board. Give me a wits and empathy.
Sure.
-1, because you're close, but you don't know this person.
If that rolls the dice. I got a success.
Okay. You can see him kind of notice you. Looks a little bit curious, but he's not staring. Goes back to just sort of casually looking kind of bored, like everyone else, just waiting for caffeine. Doesn't really have a whole lot of expression on his face.
Mercutio is definitely keeping an eye on them.
Yep.
And
He goes up,
watching to see if anyone else shows up around them.
he gets a latte. And heads out.
Mercutio will like as soon as they read that they're like heading for the door, Mercutio will stand up from where they're sitting and start heading towards the door at such a time that they would roughly meet around it.
Okay. He'll hold open the door for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. Head out. I'm headed up this way. He'll point over and across the bridge the way Amber went last time.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He's not looking at you. He starts walking. And I'm gonna just use that same roll. He's not trying to lose you.
Yeah, so Mercutio will keep pace.
He probably could. He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
Sipping the coffee.
Sorry. My name's Mercutio, and it's very recently back in town.
Yeah, you're new, Johnny.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Johnny.
You're one of the group that came over on a week ago.
About, yeah.
Well, welcome.
Thank you very much. I had a question for you.
I know Winter doesn't usually do a whole lot of welcoming, so.
I don't know nothing about the society yet. I've been spending the past week trying to find a place to survive.
Give me another wits and empathy. Since this one's doesn't have a penalty.
2 successes.
2 successes. He gives a sort of growl situation. Low in the deep in the chest, sort of rumble as he makes that remark about Winter. He doesn't seem to approve of it. Anyway,
I understand there's the 4 seasons have their own individual groups.
Yes.
May I ask to which one you belong?
Spring.
Seems like a fun time. I had a question for you. The girl you were here with yesterday.
Uh-huh.
How do you know her?
Just someone I have conversations with every so often. Another wits and empathy.
Still a success.
Yeah. That he didn't give you much. He seems more cautious now that you've mentioned her.
He sort of sighs. I ask primarily because that's someone that was important to me from before.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm trying to put things back together, and I don't have too much to put back together from.
And what? You think she's the key to all that?
I know that she's the only thing that I can remember clearly out of most of my life.
At this point, you are on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah. But I don't even remember my own name or face.
Give me a manipulation and persuasion. It's -2.
I will put a willpower into this.
Okay. Good.
3 successes.
Nice. Okay. That's mighty disturbing. I'll give you that. Hard when it's all tied up in one other person. But I don't know you. You're new here. And well, I don't think that the way Winter decides to do its little hazing ritual is right or a hospitable way to greet people.
Was the complete lack of any kind of information their thing?
Yeah.
Fucking wonderful.
She's had a very rough go of it recently with all of what you got tangled up in. Damn shame.
And I don't know how to come back to her because I don't know what face she's expecting to see back. I don't even know my own name.
I can get you that. Start as Mara looks up what your character's name was. Because I think we talked about this, but I don't remember it because
I don't think I decided it.
Had you not decided it?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think because they don't remember it.
All right. Do you want to decide it or do you want me to decide it right now?
If you want to decide it right now, feel free.
Okay. All right.
I had gone with Alex and Lexi as their two primary personas, but that doesn't necessarily mean that one of those is their actual name.
Ted.
Let me see here. What?
Ted.
Ted?
Just the most generic possible name.
Bob. Tim
Chad.
is what I usually go with for like a very generic name. I don't know why that's mine, but it is
Monty
my
Python,
default.
the Holy Grail is why.
Yeah.
There are some who call me Tim, yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna go with Keen.
Keen.
Yep.
As in Commander.
I don't know that reference.
Commander Keen. It's an old video game series.
Old
Okay.
platformer video game, yeah.
Holder. Last name.
Keen Holder.
It's in the eye of.
I appreciate that much.
Yeah.
Maybe I can use that to piece my face back together.
Give me wits and composure, I think is what we've been doing to was it wits and composure to like remember stuff? I think so. Say that or like intelligence composure.
We were doing intelligence composure.
Intelligence
Yeah.
composure. Yeah, we'll do that then. We'll stick with that. See if that triggers anything up in the old brain.
4 successes.
Ooh, yeah. A bit. You get to decide what that means because I don't want to define your character like that.
Oh, I can
names.
actually put their face back together.
Yeah, go for it. It's going to be a little different than she remembers because of it's not quite an exceptional success.
Because it's through a recollection rather than rather than actually what they look like.
Yeah. Good luck.
Well,
but I gotta give you a warning. And You realize at this point he has steered you while you were having this conversation
Can't find anywhere.
to kind of off the main thoroughfare, or like in a quietish kind of area, and he turns and like faces you square on. I don't trust you. We don't trust each other. Our situation makes that kind of hard to do. And he's gets sort of in your face. She is she got fucked up by things when you went missing. She didn't talk a whole lot about you, but she talked around you enough so I can see like the space that you occupied, and it fucked her up when you disappeared. I know that's not any of our faults, but it still did. Don't make her regret that you're back. Don't go missing on her again.
As they're talking at her, Mercutio's entire body is shifting and changing as they get a little taller, a little more built, generally androgynous in the face, very long and thin, but with the sign of decent musculature, but definitely like a feminine pair of hips and average chest with hair that's sort of a little bit longer, probably longer than it actually was, bright orange, very Irish descent, obviously. Eyes that are probably a slightly different shade of green than they used to be. Different pattern of freckles, but close enough. Well, I don't intend to make her regret a damn thing. As far as I'm concerned, I just want to be with the person I care about again.
Okay. I might have more to say to you later. But that's it for now. We're keeping an eye on you.
I'm sure you are. I don't give a flying fuck. All I care about is trying to fix this. So you watch all you feel like.
Yeah. See you at the potluck.
Where and when?
What? You'll get the dates.
Where?
You'll get the dates and the time and the invitation, not from me. I'm not stepping on their toes. I like not having my fingers frostbitten.
Fucking winter. When's spring coming up? Right, it's the next season. I'm a fucking idiot. It's been back for
ages. You've been gone a long time.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to make that right.
He's walking off.
Now that she's got her face back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly. There's just like that breath, that exhalation of a held breath for 6 months.
Yep. She's at work right now.
Fuck if I can remember where that is. Can I remember where that is?
Nope. You cannot.
All right, well, it's gonna be touch and go, but at least I got something.
All right. And now we're gonna shift to, let's see. Bracken, you are looking for what? Are you doing?
So anything on ghosts, anything that seems like it might be affiliated with the Quincy mine.
Mhm.
And other than that, just anything in the manuscript that he hasn't noticed yet or might seem weird.
Okay, give me an intelligence and academics. This is reading a book.
That's a chance roll.
Okay. I'll also give it investigation. I get.
Okay.
Yeah,
I actually have
for this.
investigation. Yeah.
Yeah. Academics. The problem with academics is that like there's hardly any roles for it unless you're doing like I'm going to a library and I'm going to research stuff.
Well, and academics is specifically humanities, because if it's anything like geology or something, that's technically science.
Yep.
So yeah, no, it's vague as shit.
We're going to do investigation because you're looking for
I still
a book
rolled it
for
as a
clues.
chance die.
Well, don't do that.
Yep. Normal roll. Come on. One success.
One success. In that book, I mean, so what's her name? Helen Mojeska.
I was gonna say,
is apparently has a ghost up at the Calumet Theater. Funnily enough, even though she's a Polish actress who performed there only 3 times, had a house in California, and her body was sent back to Poland.
Right.
Apparently, there.
She's haunting an out-of-the-way little theater in northern Michigan.
Yeah, that she like went to at the end of her, like the tail end of her career. Right. Who knows? It's a mystery. So that's a weird one.
Yep. Does Bracken know anything about just ghosts in general?
That's going to be intelligence occult.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little different.
Can I spend a willpower on this, or is this just no? This is what you know.
This is what you know. You can't spend a willpower. One
success on that.
Yeah.
Can I say what I want him to know about ghosts?
Sure.
They have an anchor. They generally have a physical anchor in the real world.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. Cool. That's what Bracken finds out. Well, I found out something about a ghost that's probably not at the mine.
But who knows?
Right?
Yep. Mining in general, there's lots of mines around here. It's copper country.
Is there anything in the manuscript, specifically the section on mineral profiles and stuff? Obviously, that's mostly, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing this wrong, Bet-Grespe, but
Bettigree.
Bettigree? Okay.
Yep.
But is there anything that in there that he finds that he thinks might translate down to Quincy that might be helpful?
Let me. Your cat is very loud.
Yes, he is. Dashel, it's time for you to shut up now.
The big thing about that agree is that apparently has singing sand, where if you sort of tap it or press it or just sort of like do anything with it, it makes like sort of the squeaky sound that you can make to imitate dolphins with the balloon. That sort of vibe. But like nothing really connected to
the Quincy mine. Okay.
No, not really.
All right. Sand that screams when you walk on it. That's always fun.
Yeah, it's totally normal. It's French. It's a French word.
Okay.
It means gray beast.
Okay. That might be.
Or I'm just giving you a bunch of red herrings.
Right, yeah, but all of them sound delightful. And you said that was the Calumet Theater?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Which, depending on how all you are coordinating, you know that Mercutio has been up to. Depending on how much you all communicate, which I don't think has been established yet. So
our lines of communication are currently verbal because we've only got one phone.
No, it's been very well established that we don't communicate very well at all.
That's true. Other parts
about that.
Other members of this group, what are you doing? Miranda, Effie, Guinaria.
Miranda wants to obtain medical supplies somehow.
Yes. So give me a no, I'm not gonna have no, you're a little bit weird and it's been a while. I'm gonna make you roll for this. Wits and intelligence. This is like, how much do you remember about how the world works? Yeah. So this is the category I'm using. Like, I don't think I would make Guinaria roll for this, but I am gonna make Miranda. Okay. Medical supplies. There is a hospital in this area, which like serves the whole a big chunk of the UP region. So it's a big hospital system. Getting medical supplies from there is going to be a lot harder and probably take some social finesse that Miranda may or may not have. The easier option would be just going out and buying some like standard first aid kit. You could probably get most kind of general things. You might be able to get it for free from like the campus health center, like a pack with band-aids, condoms, etc. But that requires you to go and ask and talk to people, which is a little bit harder than just going out and buying things. Those seem to be your scale options, or you could steal some.
Yeah, all the good stuff's at the hospital, right?
Yes.
All right, she's gonna go talk to Effie.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Can
Hey,
you help me?
Hey, girl, what's up?
I need help.
Yeah.
I want to get medical supplies from the hospital. I'm gonna have to steal them. And I'm really bad at the social talking thing, but you're really good at it.
So you want me to help you commit crimes?
So that I can keep everyone in our group alive.
I'm so glad you came to me first. Let's go.
Beautiful. All right. Oh goodness, I didn't expect this. Now I'm gonna make some stuff up. You go up to, what's it called again? What's the whole complex called? The UP health system in Portage. It's up. It's a ways up because you gotta. I mean, you don't have to cross the bridge because you're already on that side. But it's way up near Quincy Mine. And kind of like on the outer edge of Hancock. So it takes a little ways to get up there, but it's a big building. Big. And you can go right in the front door. It's got a big lobby. Is the lady there? Hey, what can I do for you?
Before we actually go in.
Yes.
All right, I am not very experienced with hospitals, not in the capacity that we would need to be. Where is the info? Where is what we're gonna need? And how well protected is it?
Okay, where exactly would it be? I, as a player, am not familiar with hospitals.
Yep. And I don't think Miranda would know.
Okay.
You were given your medical supplies.
Mhm.
So I can't tell you. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I have no idea, and I don't know.
All right, what do we need?
I would like. Sorry, I'm not a medical person. I'm trying to think.
Bandages, painkillers.
Maybe some syringes. I'm thinking. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
Would you have incorporated Bracken in this at any point?
Would he have been around when she was talking to Effie?
If you guys were in the hollow, yes.
I assume that's where she was talking to Effie.
Probably.
Okay.
Yep.
Bracken doesn't have to physically be there, but if he hears you guys were going, he would at least suggest, see if you can set up an appointment. And after they do their regular investigation for you,
I mean, that's the
strip
plan.
everything out of the cabinets and get out of there before the doctor shows up.
That is the potential
Oh,
plan,
okay.
but I'm
that's a
trying to
good
figure out
plan.
what we need first, because some of this
There you
shit
go.
Sure.
we might just be able to buy.
Yeah, like bandages and stuff like that I
Right.
can get.
Bandages, I'm pretty
really,
sure you can buy syringes.
I want all the good drugs. The ones
Those
that
we
you
can't.
That's
can't
gonna be
get from
harder
the
to
store.
get.
Yeah.
Those we
Yes.
can't buy, and those we can't just clean out of the room we're being seen in.
But those are things we're gonna need. Like
So
antibiotics, painkillers.
those we aren't. Those are probably going to be under lock and key somewhere. We need Mercutio for this.
I can do it too. I got us.
No, I like the idea that this is what brought the group together into some sort of.
It absolutely is, but
Yes.
Effie trusts one of these two people more than the other.
That's fair.
And also, aside from being able to just take over the building, Mercutio can also be any of the staff.
That's
That's
the
true.
reason.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I know they're.
We
a
need
good person.
Mercutio for this, because Mercutio will be able to, hopefully with a little bit of sleight of hand, will be able to become who they need to be and get their hands on the appropriate key so they can just get into. I've seen enough medical shows to know it's probably in a storage room somewhere that we're
Okay.
not going to be able to sneak into, because they'll have like cameras and shit.
Okay, let's talk to
Yes.
Mercutio then. We will go talk
Mercutio,
to
you're
Fine.
looped in.
Yep. Hey, Mercutio, do you want to commit crimes? Say yes.
Please help me get drugs.
So presumably this is after Mercutio comes
That
back.
is the best one too.
Thanks, Holly.
Presumably this is after Mercutio
Yes.
comes back.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you have you there's a new visage of Mercutio as well. So
Gotcha.
which I was
Nothing's
actually
changed in what was said.
yeah no which is but I will be posting that in Slack in a minute. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mercutio sort of looks at the pair of you. Okay, who do I need to be and what do I need to do?
I appreciate that you're not asking for clarification. So we need
Listen,
to get
I'm riding a little high right now, so I'm in a good mood to just do things.
good news. we're gonna gain the ability for you to get even higher, but that's not the point of these. So
That's not what these are going to be used for.
That's
unless
what
we
I
really,
said.
really need it.
girl, that's what I just said.
Okay.
Unless we
That's
really
not the
need
point
it.
of these. We need to get medical supplies. And
All
you
right.
can get into the hospital, be whoever, and get into where we need to get.
I need like the strong medication that you can't get over the counter.
Like
All right.
real stuff that like you
Like
said, antibiotics.
antibiotics, really strong painkillers.
Will the hospital have some supplies of that? But I think you'd be better off taking a pharmaceutical, like a pharmacy.
So there is a little bit of background.
Is there a pharmacy in the hospital?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's a hospital. They've got an emergency department. They also have like some various like X-ray center, sleep clinic. There's a like nursing home in this one big building. It's all kind of like under the same roof, and a pharmacy in there. So there's
All
a
right,
whole
so
bunch
I
of stuff.
need-
I'll just.
I need to identify some of the pharmacy staff, and I need to get my way in there. All right. What are we looking for other than meds?
I mean,
So-
I can buy some of this stuff, but we don't have a lot of money. So
we don't.
if you see things like bandages or syringes,
All right.
What else would be good? Is there any equipment that we might need beyond like I don't know.
I'm currently Googling medical supplies. Sorry.
I
I'm
really
not.
want you all
Like,
to
none
try
of
and
us
steal
have-
an X-ray machine because those things are big, and it would be hilarious just to me personally.
We're just like
And like, where are you gonna put
Wheeling
it
one
in
out,
in
right?
in the like crypt?
okay, how do we get an MRI out of the hospital?
And then
Yes.
once you get it into the like the hollow, you need to run
Plug it
electricity.
in. Right. Yeah.
yeah.
That's something we'll work up to.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. Like none of us have serious underlying conditions that we know of that we've disclosed at least.
Horf has foot and mouth disease.
God damn it, Mara. Well, that's a Horf problem. Horf is gonna have to deal with that. For Horf comes glue. So we don't need anything like really serious at this point. If we need to, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Because we're not gonna want to go in like if one of us comes down with something serious, we don't want to go to the hospital, right? Because they're gonna find stuff that is not normal.
If they have like stitches and stuff there, that would be good too.
Sutures, things like that.
There's a trauma
Um,
center.
All right. I'll see what I can find. I am full up on glamour, so I can have the run of that hospital if I need to.
Beautiful. If you need help, let me know. I look really good in a nurse's outfit.
I'm sure you do.
I don't.
All right. Well, let's head that way then.
Okay. There's a couple different like entrances to the building. So you can go in, ER side of things, go toward the sleep clinic, there's some different avenues to make your entrance here. Which one are you aiming for? What's the plan? Probably not going to do this one super like detailed, so I don't
Right.
think it's necessary.
Yeah.
But-
Mercutio will first invoke hostile takeover of the hospital.
Oh, okay. Interesting. hang on. Can you put that in chat? Because there may be a thing.
Let me, if I can copy the text.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. Changeling declares her right to be on the
Wonderful.
premises, persuading the home that she belongs there. She may then bypass any mundane security system. She does not show on cameras, for instance, and its doors automatically open for her. Animals and hobgoblin
Okay.
sentries stay out of the way, etc., etc.
Excellent. This is a clash of wills.
Ooh, there's a changeling.
There's something.
There's something supernatural here.
There's something.
I get 2 bonus dice on clashes of wills, that with the
Ooh.
supernatural dwelling's owner.
Okay, excellent.
I'm a ferrist.
Beautiful. I love it. Now I have to remember how Clash of Wills works. Hang on, let me find that.
Well, we each pick our favorite will, and you throw them as hard as you can at each other, and whoever is still
Sounds
standing
about
at
right.
the end wins. If you want somebody to have advantage, you give the other the other
126.
person Will Wheaton, and then that's just sort of like immediate disadvantage if you're having to throw Will Wheaton.
All right, so you roll your weird plus an appropriate finesse attribute, which in this case is definitely gonna be manipulation.
I was going to say presence because I'm just trying to like force my way through.
Presence is not a finesse attribute.
Yeah,
Oh, is it finesse?
this
Oh,
is
it's
just
finesse.
brute
Okay.
force. Yeah, this
Okay.
is presence would be brute forcing it.
Yeah, okay. Manipulation
This is and
and my weird.
yeah, if it ties, we just keep re-rolling.
I'll put a willpower into this as well.
Let me look at sheet here.
You can't spend willpower on it since your
Okay.
opponent is not physically present, we assume, or that, and you are
Nope.
probably not aware that your opponent even exists initially.
Alright, yeah. It's fine. I'm a ferrist. I get most of a willpower anyway.
Right.
Sure. All right, don't worry, Sen. I'm just rolling in your sheet.
Huh?
I'm rolling on your sheet. Don't worry about it.
Am I the owner?
Oh fuck.
No,
That's
you are not.
great.
God, 1 success on 7 dice. That sucks.
Yeah.
It's my fetch.
That's
Rolled it
still
like a chance die.
Wait,
Yeah, it's still
oh,
a chance die.
is
That's
m-
not right.
Is my fetch the owner?
2
Oh, damn it.
successes. Nothing.
Damn it.
So,
So
you
close.
you try and claim control of this building, and something stands up and says, "No, mine."
Huh. Somebody
It
else.
does not feel friendly at all. Do they know that you're doing this?
I
think they
don't
do.
believe so.
I think they do.
I think they would notice if I took it from them, but I don't think they notice if I fail.
I mean, it probably depends on
On the contract.
what
yeah,
kind
but I
of
don't
creature it is.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say specifically whether or not they know.
Nope.
I don't think.
Nope.
Mhm.
Oh no, but I know what happens. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Something
Can I-
else owns this.
Can I try again?
Sure.
You
Another
have to
2
spend your
glamour.
glamour again.
You have to
I
spend
think-
your glamour
like,
again.
the cost is more glamour.
Yeah. Spend your glamour again.
1, 2. Let's try that again. That's better.
That's
There you go. There
significantly
you
better.
go. Interesting. And do you feel it fold under you? This paper thin.
I just wasn't expecting the
Barrier.
resistance last time, and it was like, wait a minute.
Sure. Sure.
But she will whisper to the air for whoever might be listening. I only need it for a minute. You'll get it back when I'm done.
Everything okay?
Somebody, something else has a presence in this place. Somebody not normal. So keep eyes open, please, while we do this.
Are we talking changeling?
I
or,
don't
like,
know. I just know
ghost? Okay.
something else fought back, and I had to try again for getting the run of this place.
Oh, good. Always wanted to fight, I don't know, Bigfoot? Like what?
We'll find out. And then Mercutio will make their way inside with the doors flying before them. And
Excellent.
then will as soon as they can, their immediate goal is identify who they need to be. In this case, presumably a decent pharmacy worker.
Yeah.
Take their form and just get what they need and get out. They're not being they're just trying like very quick, grab my stuff, leave. They're not trying to prolong this.
Got it. Okay, so you are impersonating a pharmacy worker and stealing some stuff that way.
Yeah.
Excellent. I am going to have you make. I'm not going to make you roll for like identifying someone or taking their form because you know how to do that. I am going to have you make a dexterity and larceny roll though for stealing.
All right. This is going to be.
And you can spend willpower on this.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, you don't get any advantages for being in this form.
Okay.
Because you are still a pharmacy worker stealing medical.
Yeah, it's still a thing that they shouldn't be doing. Yeah.
Yes. It's not super busy right now. There.
Does that give me a bonus or a penalty or?
I think that's going to give you a penalty. I think that's going to give you a -1. The two of you who are outside, are you staying outside the building or are you going in and just like lingering in the lobby looking at signs, loitering?
Miranda would want to be inside. Like
Okay.
in the lobby, if that's okay.
Yeah.
With the,
that's fine.
willpower spent and a -1 total, I'm only getting a +2 to this bonus.
Cool.
Go in, sit down, pick up a magazine,
Two
look like
successes.
we're in the waiting room,
Okay.
Mhm.
and keep an eye out.
Okay. In that case, both of you give me wits and resolve, or wits and composure for keeping an eye out. Nice.
That would be 2.
Nice.
3.
Nice. Okay. It's you're being careful, Mercutio. You wait, you kind of wandering around. It's there's the on the pharmacy side of things, like there's a few people kind of like wandering in and out, so it's not like super obvious that you all are there to like do anything or like are drawing any particular attention from that, because this is a place where people come and go fairly
The
often.
pharmacy is a place where people regularly
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
visit.
and you're not like getting questions about it or anything because you're just sitting out there. It looks like you're probably waiting for someone who has an appointment or something like that.
Yeah.
So that is you don't feel like as you two, Miranda and Effie, are kind of like keeping an eye out, you don't feel that you're getting any like undue attention from that side of things.
Okay.
Mercutio, you dip in, you grab a few things. You've got 2 pockets full of supplies. That's what you can get without drawing too much extra attention.
Fair enough. She gets what she can get.
Yep. Get a variety of things.
Yep.
Head on back. There's a group goes past that's dressed a little differently. Like, it's cold out. You got a lot of people in very big puffy coats types of things, and like a lot of folks who look like they're just on the way to stop here and pick up something and then go on to work or something like that. A group goes past in suits, and like a couple of doctors in classic white coats, who are kind of talking among themselves, and there's a tall man in kind of very like fine looking suit who glances over to you, and Miranda, you are the one who gets this. He's looking at you,
At me?
at both of you,
Okay.
and looks over, and as Mercutio acts, he doesn't say anything, he doesn't do anything, it's very subtle. Keeps on walking by. It feels like a shark. It's just wandered past. Continues down the hall.
Okay.
You all have gotten what you came for.
Mercutio sort of steps outside and around a corner and assumes a different form.
Yep, pretty easy to do.
And then, having switched to, we'll say, Lexi for ease of access, and because she doesn't want Keen to be caught up in any of this at all in case anything goes bad.
That's fair.
She sort of, all right, you can have your place back, she says to the open air.
There's no response.
That one guy was watching us.
Sorry, which guy?
Is he gone by now?
Yeah.
He went that way.
Oh, the okay.
Yeah.
Him.
It was subtle.
Only people you saw here in
mean-
suits.
It was subtle, but like there was something.
I mean, let's be honest. They're were probably the most interesting things in here. And I should mention, like, Effie she still only has one fucking outfit, but it is the stripped down version of her.
Mhm.
Like the shoulders are off, but it's like the corset top and boots and stuff. Not the very performative makeup.
Yeah.
But
It's like
we do
half
stand
costume.
out a little bit.
You stand out a little bit.
Oh, you stand out too. Don't sell yourself short. But fair.
All right, let's go, shall we?
Thank you, both of you, for helping me.
Of course, sweetie. Yep, head out.
Oh, I already burnt through half that glamour I got at the club. All right.
I mean, if you want, you could go and harvest at the hospital.
Not my jam.
Sounds like a horror film. Harvest at the hospital.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Effie, were you
To be
doing...
fair, the only reason she had to burn through so much of it was the multiple shape shifting and also having to take over the place twice.
Yeah. Effie, are you doing you
Yeah.
doing anything else besides assisting with this?
While we're on the way back, I am going to make a couple of phone calls.
Okay.
First is going to be just a really quick check-in. Calling Karen, make sure she's okay, make sure she got home fine, etc.
Oh, you don't get a phone answer. She does text back though.
That's fine. Like I'm still calling, but
Mhm.
leaving a message.
She's a millennial, no.
Yeah, no, that is legit. That's like one of the few things like every like rat is gonna have to adjust to. But yeah, just checking in, make sure you got back okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Smiley face.
Yep, leaving that for now. Thumbs up emoji. And then I am going to give Jesse a call.
Yeah, hey.
Hey,
So,
it's so we never officially met. You just found me on the side of the road.
yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to call, see how you're doing. Thank you again. And I saw you last night and reminded me I hadn't given you a call yet. So
Oh yeah, for sure. No, we're having a party on Friday if you want to come.
yes,
Great.
I absolutely do. We will be there.
Feel free to bring friends.
Yes. That's what I meant when I said we.
Awesome.
Okay, cool. Well, you are probably busy right now. Sure you've got a lot going on, but I will probably see you
Lol
then.
school.
Yep.
He does
said
say
lol out loud.
He
Yeah.
did.
Absolutely.
Yep.
He did.
Don't understand what that was. It's some slang thing. It's fine. No, that's not true. Like, she's not that far out. She's gonna understand.
I was about to say, you
that,
haven't been
but-
gone that long.
No.
The internet
you-
existed
you
by
are-
the time you were gone.
You are also,
We're
based on
pregame-
your age, you are also a millennial.
We're
Just
gonna
an elder
pregame the
millennial.
hockey game.
Right. Because that's
Now-
a thing.
Pre-gaming, probably something that you would have missed.
Oh, look, pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming has been a thing
That's
since
been a
like the
thing.
50s.
fucking
Yeah, that's
years.
not
I
new.
legitimately
Decades.
never actually heard that term come up until I was already in high school,
Oh yeah.
like well into it. Like not even in just like people talking about stuff. So I had no clue when that actually came into prominence.
I don't know. I don't
No,
think it's
pre-gaming is an
young.
older term. Pre-gaming
Yeah.
is definitely an older term.
Yes, that's definitely a thing. Hockey, yes, sports stuff.
Yeah.
There's gonna be alcohol there, right?
Yeah. Oh
Okay,
yeah.
we're in.
Great. He doesn't remember your name,
That's perfectly fine.
which is why he hasn't like said much of anything.
Yep.
He can't remember. He's like, I know it was this hot chick that I met in the woods.
Right.
Because that's a normal thing for the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
I do
Is it?
have.
I don't know.
Well, I've got you here. I got
Genuinely
one-
not.
I just out of complete curiosity, and don't take this don't take this well anyway, really, but who was that guy that you were with last night?
Oh, hang on. Let me find his name real quick. I had given him a name. I thought I had given him a name. Where's his name?
It's a good question.
That's a very good question.
It's in the bin with
I
all
would
the
happily
everything-
tell
everything-
you if I knew.
It's in the
I
everything
bin.
I can
know.
find on
I'm
the term-
terrible at taking my own notes.
Everything I can find on the term pre-gaming tells me it originates from the 90s.
Yep.
Okay. This is
That sounds pretty.
fine.
The precursor to the word pre-gaming is tailgating.
Yes.
Which would be the concept basically. It's just that
Yeah,
it went from being tailgating to pre-gaming because people stopped buying pickup trucks.
Right. You didn't necessarily do it in the parking lot outside the
Oh.
venue anymore.
Well, you might
mean,
have,
you
but
do
did,
that
like in the back
too,
of an SUV
but-
instead of on a tailgate, right? So
Yeah,
Or-
literally, the explanation of the term comes from the pre-game similarity to parking lot tailgate parties held prior to sporting events.
exactly.
Anyways,
Max.
Max,
Yeah.
I was just curious. He looked like somebody who at least was familiar or maybe even interested. Anyways, never. Is he going to be there?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just
crushed this
curious.
boy's dreams.
This guy didn't seem that interested last night, so it's fine. So
He has hopes, dreams.
I'm just like I said, don't read anything into that. One way or the
It
other.
always works.
Like, yeah, you tell them not to read into it, and thus
I
they
know.
begin reading into it.
Yeah, he's
You
reading
think that's
into it
not
now.
part of her plan? Anyways, cool. I will see you there.
Yeah, gives you the address.
Yes. Awesome. Bye.
See ya.
Yep, hang up. We're going to a party on Friday.
Can actually put freckles on a Hero Forge model.
Yeah, you can.
Anyways. So we've got drugs. We've got drug delivery systems. What else do we need to do? Anything before tomorrow when we go
And
and
just-
go fucking ghost hunting or whatever the hell this is gonna end up being?
Where's this conversation happening?
I'm assuming just
Sure.
walking down the street.
Oh,
with-
okay.
with-
Yeah,
with
as we're walking
Keisho
back.
and Miranda.
I mean, I found out what I was looking to find out today, so my schedule's pretty much open until I start putting work in. So
I got
Alright.
drugs.
Yep.
I do need to talk to Bracken when we get back, but
Okay.
that's about it.
All right. Gwinaria, what have you been doing?
So I had been planning on keeping an eye on Effie so that Effie didn't go and run off and try to solo their fetch.
Yeah.
Guess what? You lost me.
But
I mean, they did try and
Miranda
solo their
was
fetch.
Miranda was called on first, so
Sorry.
no, it's fine. Actually, that works because upon seeing hanging out in the background that Effie and Miranda were going to go steal something from the hospital, which definitely doesn't sound like going to go solo Effie's fetch. I would have
Yep.
then redirected. Do I have? Because I missed an episode. Do I have? Do I have Radar's number?
Yes. Yeah. Someone has the phone. I don't remember who
I-
has
I
it at this
do.
point, but it could be. Okay. Yes.
When
yeah.
you
You
last
have Radar's
checked,
number.
I had it. So
Yeah. Yeah. The
Um,
phone has Radar's number saved into it.
okay. And how far away from where we're staying is the graveyard?
You are staying. Well, you've all been staying in the graveyard, and the
Sorry,
hollow
sorry,
access is through
The place where the mine, that was it.
the mine. The mine is a little ways away. It's further up like the hill, basically.
The mine is about a mile and a half from the graveyard as the bracken flies.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So
not even an hour's walk.
would have hiked up to the mine
Okay.
to a viewpoint over the mine.
Okay.
And while and first thing is that I'm want to sort of like take a look. Is it active? Is it a thing that people are in regularly? What kind of
Yeah.
like doing the physical scouting of the location?
Yeah. And you aren't familiar with this area, so this totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the Quincy mine is not an operational mine anymore.
Okay.
It was an operational mine, like starting in the 1800s and up into the early 1900s, but then it basically became unprofitable to keep going, so they stopped.
Now it's a tourist trap mine.
Now it is a tourist trap. They do tours of the a couple of the mine shafts. I have facts because this is my vehicle for telling you a whole bunch of Michigan facts.
Thank you
Are
for
they-
subscribing to Michigan Facts.
Are they doing tours right now, or are those off for the
Yes.
season?
No, they're still doing tours.
Cool.
It's not over like the weekends because, well, no, they would have one on the weekends. They would have one on Saturday. I don't know exactly what the time is, but
That's
this is where Mara makes up shit.
That's fine.
So
So you're so is it a paid tourist trap or is it a
Yes.
free to
it is a
walk in and
paid-
then we have a gift shop?
No, it is
Okay.
paid. You have to pay.
So I don't do I have any amount of money? I don't
Pay
think I
you
do.
$15 to walk into a mine.
So that's why looking at the mine, I call radar.
Okay. Hey. Yeah.
Hey radar, this is Guinaria. I know we've asked a lot from you already, but could you spot me whatever the entrance fee to this tourist trap of a mine is? I'm just trying to get into do a little bit of investigation.
Hang on. Let me pull up their actual website. Tours. There it is. There's the Quincy Mine Hoist Association runs them. They go from 11 in the morning until like 1:30 in the afternoon. It's a very small window.
Yeah.
But they do it in the winters. And how much does it cost? You can do a mine tour. You can also do
$35.
Yeah, it's expensive.
That's an expensive tour. You expect like
It
15
is.
usually.
I mean, if you decide to try and force yourself off as under 18 or with a student ID, then you can get it in for 20, which is better. If you just want to see the above ground stuff, that's $15. But the full thing is $35.
We'll walk you through the outside for the regular price of a tour, but if you want to see the mine itself, that's double price.
Exactly. Oh. 35. Yeah, sure.
You want to come with me? Make it a date?
Yeah. Congrats.
Look.
You have a date.
Work
Me
radar
there,
into a date.
you need a ride. Or are you gonna walk?
I'm already here.
Okay. Don't waste any time. All right, I'll be right on my way. Give me
Meet you-
15.
Meet you at the front.
No, give me half an hour.
I'll meet you at the front.
He comes and meets you at the front entrance.
Yep.
Axe body spray. Sort of
I make no comment.
stench.
Oh wait, no. Actually, wait, no. Because
It's always axe.
because of who I was before, do I recognize the fragrance?
Yes, you do.
Is it Arctic something?
Yup.
If you do not read this, I will be very disappointed. Effie will be disappointed in you.
Read what?
Oh, I'm getting a phone call,
Oh.
but I am busy right now. I will have to call them back later. So yeah, God, what the name is? Hang on, because I
Arctic.
Alaska is the actual
Is
name
that
of
it?
the scent as far as they call it. Or ice chill. There's another one called ice chill.
There's
Oh, there.
Arctic mint.
Arctic mint.
Yep.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Hmm.
So, so yeah, like, well, and just very casually. Oh, you smell nice, and shall we? How much smaller than me is he, by the way?
Hey, he's real small. He's a
Yeah.
short guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can only equate axe with anyone who has dramatically overused their body spray.
Yes.
So the dressing room of any
Got-
community theater.
He's got an aura.
Look, every high school person knows that Axe is basically an entire shower, just in aerosol form. You don't need to shower. You can just spray yourself down. It's fine.
Especially right after gym class.
Yep. It's a lot faster than having to take a shower. And it's horrific.
So much rage.
I apologize for nothing.
Sorry, I'm trying
Okay.
to get this thing to let me type and not write. Stuck on handwriting mode and it won't let me actually type the thing I'm trying to text.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
At the front entrance, I'll pay for us. Sort of says loudly to the cashier, who is very bored.
I'm gonna let him do other thing, and I'm just going
Yep.
to do the appreciative girl bit and just sort of stay behind, put a hand on a shoulder, be let him assert his dominance via financial security.
Works over $70 for 2 tickets.
Jesus fuck.
And you head on down. You've got a couple other people on the tour with you, as like you kind of assemble to kind of go down in the elevator. I've never been on this tour, but I am just gonna make shit up based on all of the museum tours I have ever been on.
Live your best
the amalgamation
life.
of them.
According to their
Museum tours.
website, the walk-in is approximately 2,000 feet and takes about 15 minutes.
Yes, yeah, it's big.
So it's open from 11 to it's open from 11 to 1:30, not because they only have short hours, because that's how long it takes to do one tour.
Yep, you get one tour.
They do one tour a
This is
day.
the time
Yeah.
of the tour.
One tour.
You've got a couple other people with you. It looks like a pair of like grandparents who may have come up to see their kid over the break, and who have decided that this is what they want to do. They look kind of a little bit grumpy. One of them has definitely was slightly astonished by the sticker price, and is not happy about this. The other one is kind of like look around, very excited about rocks and mines in general. So, but that and then a bored person in a top hat and like a very like closet cosplay sort of 19th century vibe. It's very like I tried to do steampunk, but I didn't have enough money for all of the things, so this is my best impression sort of vibe, who shows up and is very excited in contrast to everyone else you have interacted with on your way into this museum. The cashier, super bored. This tour guide, way into it. Maybe too into it. Hey, welcome. This is the Quincy Mine, and they begin the tour.
Look, they have to be that into it, otherwise they wouldn't work here.
Yes.
I imagine Radar is slightly too short to hook arms, so I will rest an arm around his shoulders just while we're on the tour.
All right, excellent. And you head on down. You will find out. I will give you some Quincy Mine facts. It was founded in 1846 because 2 companies purchased the same plot of land, realized that they had purchased the same plot of land, and decided, well, we'll make the best of it. Let's merge. It's very exciting. Capitalism. They it was founded by a lot of money from some folks in Massachusetts. They started buying out a lot of mother mines in the area to sort of form a large conglomeration situation. Over 9 shafts were drilled for the Quincy Mine. Number 2.
While this is all happening, I am looking out. I'm just sort of using the I'm here on a tour, so I'm here to look at things. aspect. I'm looking for any signs whatsoever that there is a ghost here, that there has been ghosts here, or that there has been something odd. Or there's been any
Okay.
sign of strangeness. I'm trying to get
Excellent.
an eye on.
Wits and occult for that.
It's gonna be bad.
To look for spooky things.
Wits
Wits and occult.
and occult.
Shafts number 2 and number
don't
6 were
have any dots in occult.
okay. That's gonna be a -3 then.
So I'm going to spend a willpower
if you
to
just-
offset.
yeah. Yeah. If you want to look for just anything that's a little bit off that you might not know exactly what's spooky, that'd be investigation. If you want to change.
I have 0 dots in that as well.
Okay, never mind.
Look, I'm not the best person to go investigating. I'm just the only one that wanted to do it.
I love it. Shafts number 2 and 6 were drilled
Bracken was
down
sitting
to
right there, and you didn't
nine-
ask him.
You were reading a book,
9,260 feet,
and also you don't have any money either.
which is 1.75 miles.
Yep.
Hang on.
It's a deep fucker.
Why is this not?
Only 253 fatal accidents occurred here.
It's
Only
not,
253 potential ghosts.
It's not rolling. Hang on.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Don't worry, I'll stall with more facts.
Let's do that.
Mind Facts, a new segment for Final Show Film.
There we go.
Yeah, it produced 424,000 tons of native copper from underground. Oh, that sounds like it rolled.
0 successes.
Oh, would
That
you like
is
to have that?
That is a
be-
dramatic failure, I think.
Because
I rolled a 1.
No, it's
and
only a
4.
dramatic failure if it's a. Yeah, it's only
If
a
it's a-
dramatic
it-
failure if it's a chance die
New,
and you
new,
roll a
new
one.
world, New
Okay,
World only
okay.
cares about ones if it's a chance die.
do you want to
Gotcha.
make it a dramatic failure?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a beat.
Yes.
Yeah, you get a beat. Mark that down.
I've concluded that there are no ghosts here, and there never have been.
Yeah, you see no ghosts. The
Billy, it's an old man in a rubber mask.
It's
Scooby-Doo
Old Man
style.
Jenkins.
yeah. What do I want to do with that?
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
I mean, at mine,
No.
that's very doable.
No, so it's dark and it's a very long tour. Longer than it should be. This aspiring actor dramatic reading of all of the mind facts is really filling all of the time available. You're not even gonna have some time to go look at the gift shop properly before the mine closes,
Oh,
and everyone else is going to be annoyed about it.
so sad.
But not this guy. This guy kind of keeps droning on, and the volume is sort of echoing, and you aren't hearing anything, you aren't seeing anything, and it is dark and you can start to feel like the amount of stone that is above you. You are deep underground. You have never been this deep underground. I don't think that was a part of your endurance at
No.
all.
No. Deep
No.
underground is not the open, harsh
Not where
wilderness full of snow.
It feels possibly a bit claustrophobic because you are in a small space and you don't look it, but you're big.
Mm-hmm.
Radar is kind of there, excited.
Definitely like holding a little bit tighter onto him than I was at the beginning.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
There is security. There's secure ground here.
Yeah. I think what I'm going to take from that failure is Radar is going to get some information from you. What is Guinaria. Hmm. What in this tour?
What is Guinaria?
What is Guinaria? What in this tour makes Guinaria sad? Because Radar is going to know this now.
What in the tour?
It's a long history. People died here. There was a lot of money made, not a lot of which went into the town.
I think it's
like it went into the buildings of the town.
It's definitely the idea of, you know, the amount of people that died for some other person's riches, and like that whole concept right there definitely bothers for the most.
Yep.
You know, using people as like disposable income, basically. Is definitely the thing that upsets her the most.
Like your arm tightens at some point during all of this, and Radar notices. Doesn't say anything. It's just there. Steady, dependable, kind of weird. Smelling very strongly of Axe. It's really like just sort of concentrated in the
like very strongly of Axe.
Very strongly of Axe. Yep. And you don't notice anything. I mean, nothing. There are a bunch of fluorescent lights. The only thing I'll give you for like free is that the tour doesn't go through all of the mine. There's like parts that are like, do not go farther than here. And the tour like guide at the end counts you all to make sure that he hasn't left anyone behind. There's four of you.
Does it seem like there's not a whole lot of like security in this mine at all, as far as like monitoring?
There are some cameras, but it's very like it's not super busy, and the big concentration of like keeping track of people is put on the tour guides to like, you know, keep track of their tour groups type of thing. There are a couple of cameras, mostly around like the gift shop area and up at the top, less as you go down.
Yeah, because like I would expect.
But there's some occasional ones.
Because I would expect if there were lots of cameras, they wouldn't need to count heads. Somebody would be on a radio somewhere going, "Hey, so and so has wandered off," or whatever.
Yeah.
That's good.
But that's what you get. And there are like there's a portion with like an elevator situation. Very rickety. It's one of those like just sort of metal ones. More like a freight elevator, but smaller. And some stairs at points, and there's like grating, like the collapsible grating that you put down over a storefront in the mall. That situation at the front entrance. That does get closed up as the cashier is glaring daggers at the tour guide for making her late for getting off of the stupid job that pays minimum wage, and I don't want to be here. And you exit.
Yeah, so as we're on our way out, I'm again looking this time looking around at the exterior of the mine and sort of how hard or easy it would be to actually get into it. Like ignoring they got the sort of, you know, the cashier grate thing, but like on the actual exterior, one entrance, multiple entrances, high walls, low walls, or, you know, what the sort of like.
Yeah. I'll have you make another roll for this. I think this is a separate thing from looking for ghosts and spooky stuff.
Yeah.
So that is intelligence investigation.
Would it not be
or wits investigation,
composure.
Sorry.
Looking.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Yeah. wits and composure is more general awareness versus looking for specific things. So you may not be able to get as specific information with this type of roll, but
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Well, blam. 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah. So there's it's about the level of security that you would get on an amusement park entrance sort of thing. It's mostly they're relying on no one's going to come up here and steal stuff. Most of the security is around like the cash register and the gift shop, not as much on the mine itself, but there is like that grating that comes down. There are lights on the entrance. And there are like exterior cameras. That seems to be mostly where they're thinking people are going to be getting in. Once people like get in the building, there's less like camera presence and that type of thing.
Okay. And does it look like there might be a way to get around those cameras if you're willing to climb a bit, or no?
Not really. The entrance to the mine is like this kind of old looking building basically.
Okay. Yeah.
And then the big like shaft. There was a winch system that was one of the it was very big to allow a lot of pulling up a lot of things.
Mhm.
So that kind of dwarfs the smaller building. I don't think there would be another entrance in. Yeah, there's like that main one. There is, it looks like a little bit of an office where the folks who run the mine tours have another entrance in, like on the side. That's just like your standard kind of door entrance. That does have a camera on it as well. And that actually looks like it has a security system.
Okay.
So that might ring alarms if you go for it. But that doesn't have like an exterior light on it. And it's less visible from the road.
So yeah, as we're heading out towards the back, towards the exit, I'll keep the arm around Radar. Well, that was interesting. Thank you very much for taking me down there.
Yeah. Glad to see that you're on your way to, you and your group on your merry way to looking into what I asked you for.
Yeah, no.
Appreciate it.
Planning on going down there.
Freehold's gonna like it.
Oh, that's good. Planning on going down there relatively soon. Just wanted to sort of get a lay of the land. See how what preparations we need to make. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it a lot, especially since I don't have any money right now.
Yeah.
We'll give him like a very a hug firm enough to lift him off the ground, because it's hard to hug somebody when you're that much taller than them.
Yep.
Without lifting him off the ground. And set him back down.
Well,
I'll see you around, and I'll call if I need anything.
sounds good. Bye.
She will start walking back towards the graveyard.
Radar stays there for a minute. Camera lingers. Picks up a walkie-talkie. Presses a button. No, I think they're starting soon. Yep. Uh-huh. Nope. Yeah, no, I get uh-huh. And then that just continues as he goes to his car.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna take our break there.
All right.
We come back to getting into the mine.
Well, if you're watching live, please stay tuned for these commercial messages. And remember, when we take our break, you take your break. So stand up, stretch your legs, move around, grab some food, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back. A dinosaur story.
A dinosaur story.
That would be if this was an oil rig. This is copper mining, which is there's no dinosaurs involved. That's
Oh,
different.
actually,
That we
most
know
of the
of.
biomass that is oil
Thank you
was
for-
likely plant-based because there
Yeah.
was not enough matter in the form of dinosaur to make nearly that much.
I know, but this is
But
what
it's
the
dramatic.
Yes. I appreciate the
Matter
fact
in the form of
correction.
The planet's
Dinosaur.
run by ghosts.
Yes. Why aren't there more ghost plants? That would be really cool. I want a ghost plant story now. Anyway, fungi. Ooh, you could do ghost fungi. Anyway, hi, we're
hear they're
back.
fun
Welcome
guys.
back to Changeling. And we had some reconnaissance. We had some acquiring of materials in a non-legal fashion. We had some conversations. Now we're going to have some more conversations as the group begins to assemble back at the headquarters, which is in a crypt on the other side where you get into the hollow that the group has formed, where Miranda corners Bracken.
Hi.
Hi.
I wanted to talk to you.
Bracken's going to make an intelligence and composure roll to see if he remembers what that phrase usually means.
Excellent.
Bracken is nervous.
So is Miranda, but it's her usual nervous.
About the ghosts?
No.
Because I found some interesting things out about ghosts.
I'm sure you did.
For
About
instance, did you? Sorry. Bracken desperately tries to change the subject.
so like remember how we were looking for Horf and you found a bird and
Yeah.
And you like murdered the bird?
No.
Murder the bird.
I
Murder
wouldn't
and-
classify
murder-
it that way, but that
There were
seems like how you would.
Feathers and blood everywhere.
Well, yeah, but like, does an owl murder a mouse when it's just trying to? Let's not get bogged in on the definition of murder to start with, because I feel like that's not entirely what you want to
Okay,
talk to me
you
about.
killed it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Were you particularly hungry or starving at the time?
I mean, we
you
were.
ended up
didn't
like
have a
giving it
ton.
away.
Well, yeah, because
so-
I mean, I might have been hungry, but when it's dead bird versus Horf, I felt like there was probably a priority on that. I mean, I could have kept the bird, but then we might not have gotten Horf back and he might have ended up getting eaten and the bird was already dead. So at that point I figured, hey, at this point she gets some meat, we get Horf back. Horf is no longer in risk of becoming meat immediately. And then we can, that was just my thought process. If you've got different perspectives that I need to hear about.
That was fine. And it happened to work out.
Orf is going to
But-
move off screen in the
Wait.
background.
When you killed the bird though, you didn't know that that was gonna happen.
No, that is true.
And I understand the need to hunt.
Mhm.
It's just I didn't get a chance to talk with the bird, and I wanted to check up on it, and I view animals as friends, as you may have noticed.
Okay.
And so you murdered a potential friend.
That probably doesn't feel great.
Yeah.
Is there a system by which someone who is not you can identify which animals are potential friends and which ones aren't, so that I don't make this mistake again?
The ones trying to kill us aren't,
Seems reasonable.
or the ones that need to die, or if they're in like a lot of pain
Okay.
and can't be healed.
Right.
I mean, you and I can maybe like sit down and figure, maybe like we can have the like animals that you can hunt and kill, and then the ones that you can't, like we could have a list maybe.
Okay. I mean, that's one way to do it.
Because like I
Um,
was all upset about Horf, and then
Mhm.
I was like, well, there's a new bird and I'm gonna go make a new friend. And then I came back and there were feathers and blood everywhere.
Yeah, no, that was probably a little bit of a whiplash.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Um Hypothetical. If you're like, say, at the gas station or something, and I'm hungry, what I'm trying to get at is, are you claiming authority over all furry creatures in the general region?
If we're at a gas station, you can go in and get something.
No,
to
I'm
eat.
saying you're at the gas station. I'm out in the woods doing my thing.
Oh. Okay.
Kind of. Yeah, no, because if I'm at the gas station, I'm going to grab a thing of bugles and some Funyuns and call it a day, you know?
But if I'm at the gas station and you're in the woods, we're not in the same place.
Right. So what I'm saying is, are you hoping to impose rules that I follow in your absence or when you're not physically present?
No, I think at that point it's all fair game.
Okay. All right.
I'm just
But-
like, if a situation like what happened and like there's an animal, could you let me like talk to it before you murder it?
Yes, I can. And I will do that in the future.
Okay.
I apologize. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to
It's
emotionally
okay.
traumatize
I mean,
you.
I'm not normal.
None of us are, though.
Well,
And
but for me before, I wasn't really normal.
what was up
So,
before?
I'm always kind of been like this.
Like what? About animals, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm not good at, I don't socialize usually. This is like the most socialization I've ever done ever.
Gotcha.
I get along with animals much better than people.
Oh, that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that, are you doing okay?
Right now,
Kind of in general over the last week, then, because you haven't had a ton of animal time except Horf?
I've got Horf, points at Horf.
Right.
Horf has returned now with a pile of hay. You don't know where Horf got the hay.
It's the hedge, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just
Uh-huh.
She will pat Horf on
Yeah.
the side of his head.
I'll hand you some hay, just sort of a bundle of it, just in case you want it.
She'll pocket it. Thank you.
Oh.
I mean, right now, like Horf is good, and right now it's a little trying to piece things together.
Uh-huh.
I think that's how it is for everybody.
Sure.
But I may fall back into old routines as things progress forward. So that's
All right.
why I just wanted to talk to you.
Because if you ever need animal time as well, owls, ravens, coyotes, otters, that kind of thing is very me. So just in case it's ever a necessity.
Her eyes get
want
like,
you-
Or throw some of the hay up into the air, sort of in the middle of you two.
Just kind of lets it fall.
It's demonstrating flight.
Right, yeah.
Miranda's eyes got like really big when you said otters.
Okay.
And she's like, those are my favorite.
They are predators and do kill other animals.
Okay, well,
cute.
like, you know,
If you ever need some time, if you ever need some time, just let me know. And if we've got time and it would be helpful for you in any way, shape, or form, I want to make myself available as necessary.
Thank you.
And your events, I want, I hear you, and I will do whatever I can to try and minimize any sort of emotional trauma or negative experiences in the future. Okay.
Okay. I wanted to make you aware. of
I
it.
and I thank you very much for trusting me enough to let me know that.
How are you
I
this past week?
it's been a week. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind. I have to commit suicide by proxy, so that's going to be fun. And I have to kill myself, but it's an exterior manifestation of myself, so it's technically suicide by proxy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have to do that with Effie's too.
Mhm. But of course, first we have the ghost thing, which will be interesting to figure out. And the main thing I know is that ghosts have physical anchors in the world. They've got like usually objects or things that they're attached to, and if you need to fuck up a ghost, you just find out what that is and you burn it or smash it. So that's kind of helpful, I think.
Okay, sounds like fun.
We'll find out.
Orf comes back in with a larger pile of hay.
Hey there, bud. How you doing?
Does not respond. Effie, you're
Yep.
Googling yourself.
I am Googling myself. So yes, I am somewhere in the corner. I like to imagine that I'm like actually fairly near this, but I'm not paying any attention to the conversation at all.
You don't have internet
But-
access in the hedge.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So yeah, I'm staying out. I'm staying.
Yeah.
And
You
I
could-
am.
Yeah, potentially be using no, Bracken would need to be on campus internet. You have to be at a library to do this
Okay.
because you need internet access. And
Okay.
you don't have
Coffee shop,
fancy enough
maybe.
phones. Yeah.
Yeah,
Coffee
that's
shop
true.
would
Yeah.
work.
We'll
something
fix
like
that.
Yeah. You're somewhere.
But yes, I am Googling my birth name, Rowan Ashford. The drag name that I used at the time, Mandy Sire. And just anything of my that I could use to from where I was living at the time, all of that kind of stuff to get any kind of information on my future murder victim that I can.
Excellent. All right. That's going to be a intelligence, and I don't think this would be computers. Investigation, because you're not like
Okay.
hacking into anything.
Good. I have investigation. I don't have computer.
Yeah. It's like, can you do a
intelligence,
Google search? And this was a thing you had available to you before you left. So like, it's
And
not a
I'm
new thing.
Spending a willpower point on this for sure.
Excellent.
So +3. Don't fuck me, D20. Roll 20.
Oh. You want to make that an exceptional failure?
No, not on this one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're not finding a whole lot. You find like her public page for the for like her performance
Okay.
for her drag persona.
Right.
But it's got like no information about it. It's got like a contact me page, but it doesn't even have any information on like where she performs regularly, anything like that. And all of the videos are there's from basically she's still using ones that you had made, and she's continued apparently since then, and is kind of keeping up.
I love
with that.
apparently that pisses Effie off so much she gets itchy.
I mean, little bit.
Yeah.
Little bit.
But you
Fucking-
can't find anything more about this fetch. Nothing about where it lives, nothing about scheduling, nothing about that. Just like, and here's my wonderful page. Look at how amazing I am. You get a lot of nice comments on there, just sort of like adoring fans on the side. Sort of Facebook sort of link, but nothing else.
Fucking crusty ass bitch. Okay. All right, that's fine. I will have to do more in-person scouting later, but that is not for now.
In-person scouting with a knife in their body cavity.
All right.
I mean,
Mercutio is shifted back to Keen and is kind of like on top of the world right now, having literally just achieved what everyone else started with when they got out of the hedge, which is their
Beautiful.
own body.
Is Mercutio in the hollow at this point?
Probably.
Bracken has never seen this persona before, so when they walk in, looks up, looks down, flips a page in his green book. He hath no drowning mark upon him.
You're gonna have to give me the feedback on that one.
It's from the Tempest. The follow-up is his complexion is a perfect gallows.
Yeah. His complexion is a perfect gallows.
Okay, just wanted to check. Mm.
Yeah,
Like a
I have
past
literally
code.
never seen the Tempest, so Personally.
So good. It's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Gwynaria is the last one to come back from the date, smelling vaguely of axe
Does anyone have
by transfer.
a candle?
girl, what the hell is?
Radar.
What boys' locker room did you wander your way into?
Radar.
Wait, radar?
Radar.
You were
So-
hanging out with radar.
Yes,
More to the
And
point,
one of you
radar
smelled
uses-
like that?
radar did. And now I do by proxy. Does anyone have a candle?
Radar's gonna get his ass eaten in the hedge.
I think that's probably why he doesn't go around it.
depending on depending on what he's into, that might be his objective.
What do you mean?
Phrasing.
What do you mean?
It's
The thing that you said,
girl.
the thing that you said is very easily taken as an innuendo for a sexual act.
You have
Okay.
candles. You
Something.
definitely have candles. You would have gotten like some
Yeah, no, I've got candles.
emergency
Yeah.
candles from the
just light
They
a
are
candle.
unscented paraffin candles
Yep.
that burn for like 24 hours. They
Uh-huh.
are survival fucking candles.
That's fine. I just want the smell of smoke to replace the smell of Axe body spray.
That is a fair thing to want.
I honestly, smoke smells better than most Axe body sprays,
Light a candle. put
at
it
least
near
when
me.
they're overused.
So,
Write
went
a
up to the-
message to Axe. What about a smoke body spray?
went up to the mine to do some physical scouting of the location.
Huh.
Had radar come with me for a couple of reasons. One, it's ridiculously expensive for a tourist attraction, and two, so that he could report back to whatever community is here that we're doing something, rather than them all thinking we're twiddling our thumbs.
Mm-hmm.
Also, never hurts to have someone think they've got a chance with you.
All of you have a chance with me.
Again, phrasing.
God damn it, bitch!
Oh,
Stop
he's-
that!
He's grinning really big at that one. I just take advice from people who know things that I don't.
Fair play. So wasn't able to identify anything particular during the tourist space itself. So if we're looking for some evidence of a haunting, either I missed it, which is entirely possible, it was very cramped, or it's further in. There were areas of the mine that they did not take us on the tour. And then I'll give them a basic layout of the the way we went in, what looks like the
Mhm.
only way in, the level of security
Yep.
they've got outside versus inside.
Mm-hmm.
All the relevant bits of information that I could find.
Yep.
Bracken will ask you a lot of questions that is absolutely fine if you do not know the answer to, about type of rock strata, various angles of repose, shit like that, length and dimensions of shafts, etc., etc.
I will
God
explain
damn
as
it.
much as was told to me in the tour that I gathered while I was walking and looking around.
You can
If the
probably
casualty
vague-
number comes up, he writes that down.
Yeah. You can maybe remember a couple of the numbers. It was a long tour. The guide was very excited.
It was a very long tour. Our tour guide was far more excited than anyone else there. They're only open for a few hours a day, and I know why.
I mean, if it's expensive, I figure a sneak in after closing was kind of always going to be our option anyway.
Well, yes, we don't
They do
exactly want to.
check.
We don't want to ghost hunt on the tour.
They do check if you to make sure that everyone on the tour makes it to the end of it. So, yeah.
Although, feasibly, if they only run one tour a day, we just go outside of those hours.
Yes, exactly.
Basically, after would probably be the better. It doesn't look like any of the people that work there are particularly thrilled to stay behind, except for the tour guide, who is probably just putting on airs.
Well,
Oh.
I'm not busy tonight.
Let's go groping for trout in a peculiar river.
The last time I did that,
What is wrong with you people?
It's literally part of my being.
I haven't understood like 90% of what's been said, okay?
You're fucking killing me here.
I feel very bad for your romantic life.
Actually, quoting theater was part
Miranda's
of the
been
fun
back
that we
for a
had.
week. Give her a
I'm
chance
talking
to
right?
get up to
that was
speed.
that was directed at Miranda, who said she had no idea what any of us were talking about.
Yes.
Oh, as a response to that, Miranda would say, what romantic life?
Don't worry,
Oh.
we'll get you there, hon.
If you want one.
Find
if you
one.
want one,
If
obviously.
you want one, we'll find you a nice young man who eats ass. Anyways, shall we go to the mine?
Or girl or whatever.
Exactly.
Horf kind of looks up. What are you gonna do with Horf? That's my question.
We keep
Not
him in the hollow
take him
and we
to
lock the
the-
fucking door.
Okay.
That's what we do every
Or
fucking
has
day.
Miranda, Miranda will like walk Worf like further into the hollow.
He eats grass.
We are leaving, okay?
Thank you, Sen.
She will make eye contact with Worf and
Mhm.
say, we're leaving. We'll be back in a little bit.
Mhm.
Do not leave. If you leave, that woman will turn you into glue. Stay here if you want to live.
That's really not. You're just gonna make
Presence
him
and
run harder.
intimidation.
It's an intimidation. Okay.
Yep. Yep. It's not really manipulation because it's brute force. This is a brute force thing.
I think this is going to be a chance roll.
Is it really? Oh God.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. I'll give you. You know what? No, I won't give you.
I won't.
Very
I
curious.
might get. No, I won't give you.
No. I thought about it, but no.
You have to earn this. You don't give it anything.
0.
Ah.
Oh
All
wait,
right.
it rolled 0 dice.
Yeah, because it's still on chance. You got to change it back to a normal,
Oh.
normal roll.
Normal roll.
Yep. So under the dice roller, that second box on the right,
Yep.
chance normal. Flip it over.
Chance. Okay, wait, but what am I rolling?
The normal has to be kind of green, and then you do the same roll again. So it's presence and intimidation.
Oh well,
Although
that's
I
just a chance. Yeah,
I
that's
think
a
you
chance.
did.
Oh, it
You
is
did
just a
roll
chance
a chance die.
Yes.
It came up as a. I can't tell,
It
either
was-
a 5 or an 8, but not a success either way.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, but
okay.
why was it rolling 2 dice then? Because then it shouldn't be chance.
Yeah, I don't know what it did there.
Okay.
Regardless,
All
if
right.
In either
That's
case,
there's
fine.
intimidation to be
didn't do
going
anything.
on, Bracken's going to jump in and be like, She means it, Horf. You could die out there. And when you die out there, I'm going to have to deal with Miranda afterwards, and that's not going to be fun for me or you, because we're going to be ghost hunters by the time that this is over. So once you're dead, I'll go find your ghost and make you regret it. So you stay here, buddy. We want to take care of you and keep you alive. Don't fuck this up for
Sending
either of
some
us, okay?
real mixed signals here.
We want to keep you alive. Don't make us regret it.
Can I make an intimidation roll on her?
Yes,
Effie
yes, you
sees
can.
no problem with this.
Can I
with
spend
this
willpower on this?
Yes.
approach.
You always
3 successes.
look
It's the
sufficiently
one
cowed.
social skill Bracken has.
Intimidation, beautiful.
Miranda will look at Bracken. Thank you.
Horf sits down,
Good horse.
gathers the hay sort of around him in a I need to clutch a pillow situation. Sort of that vibe. Doesn't look like he's gonna move.
Miranda will give him a hug.
For someone who supposedly loves animals, you're really great at traumatizing them.
He was almost killed last time. Okay, I have to do tough love here.
I don't think that's tough love.
It is.
Or fucks you back.
He still loves me.
Why
To be
did that
seen.
sound like a surprise?
Because we all have deep-seated issues, a lot involving variations of acceptance or love or something to that effect. I mean,
Love is not a concept in the wilderness. It is a sapient characteristic. Predators and prey don't even think about it.
my point fucking exactly.
You're welcome.
You leave the hedge.
Horf. It's a long way.
Yep. And you exit and head up to the mine. How you getting in, y'all? Not too far.
Well,
of a walk.
what are our barriers?
Your barriers are so there are the front entrance doors, which is the main entrance is locked and has a floodlight on the front that is just like constantly on. It's not even motion activated. On the back door that goes into kind of like the office area that Gwenaria scouted out before is locked and has, it looks like some sort of security system, like an electronic security system. In addition, on the inside, to get down into the mine shaft area where you think you have to go, assuming that the ghosts aren't just haunting the lobby, there is one of those like metal kind of pull down grate things, and cameras, a camera kind of there, and a couple of cameras spaced along the tour, mostly at kind of like intersection points where there's a little bit of place for like non-tour areas that kind of go off, that are kind of not barricaded in a way that you can't get past, but there are kind of cameras there to notice if someone, veers off of the tour.
Okay.
There's only a couple of those once you get into the tour itself. Tour path.
All right.
So cameras, locks.
I handled the last time this sort of thing happened with the hospital. Bracken, you want to take this one?
All right. With Bracken's analysis, so Bracken will take some time and walk the perimeter, see what he's looking at here.
Yeah.
Can he get any sense of? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. By the way, timing wise, when are you all wanting to do this? Is it dark out? Is it still light? darkness is gonna fall around like 4.
Heading
I was gonna say it's probably dark out already. Then.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I figured.
Right at twilight, I assume. Yeah.
Yep. Easily doable.
Yeah, Bracken's gonna want to check and make sure. Actually, he's just gonna check for presences around, living or otherwise, if he can.
Okay. Living or otherwise, that's gonna be a wits and occult.
Okay.
Just pick up spooky stuff. Wits and composure if anyone wants to do
We will
just
spend
for
a
people.
willpower on that.
Go for it.
4 successes.
Ooh, 4. It's pretty good. You don't feel anything active up here. Nice. You do feel that like that general like magical energy level. It's a little bit higher over here compared to the rest of the Hancock area that you've kind of been wandering around in.
Okay.
So it makes sense that there might be some activity, but you're not picking up anything specific like ghost wise. But then again, this mine goes down real far.
Right.
Not super.
Yeah. With 4 successes, is that enough for Bracken to tell whether or not if he enacts hostile takeover, there will be a clash of wills or not?
Ooh, yeah, good question. No, there's no like threshold or anything here that you can sense.
Okay.
With a 4.
right.
Effie, just keeping a lookout for people. There's not a lot of traffic going past here. It's let me look at my map again just to make sure I'm not lying to you. It's kind of along the US Highway 41 that sort of goes out. But this place has been closed for a couple hours by now. You get some people going by occasionally, but they're all going pretty fast. And it doesn't seem like super noticeable. You think if you time it right, you can get in without being noticed by anyone from the road. And there's not like foot traffic around here at this point in the day.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. If I do this, guys, it'll unlock everything for me and for 2 other people. Me and those 2 other people also won't show up on cameras or anything like that. But the other 2 of you are kind of on your own. So who do we want to be our 3-man infiltration team that goes in and I forgot to grab any spray paint. So we're going to have to look for a supply closet and block out camera lenses and stuff like that.
I'm not particularly stealthy. So
Well, and you, I would say you as well, because you've been here before, so you've actually got some level of internal awareness.
So I should probably be one of the other 2.
Okay. Who else out of the other 3 of you wants to do this?
I mean, I can certainly come along. I at the very least know how to fuck shit up.
All right. Effie, Miranda, are you too cool to sit outside until we prep the pathway?
Sure can.
Okay, let's give this a try then.
All right.
And Bracken will step off to one side, pee on the door frame, spend his 2 glamour. Look, man. And open the door.
It opens up.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on through.
Yeah, and he'll just do a standard look of what's available. And yeah, he's looking for a supply closet that hopefully has something in it that we can use to obscure camera lenses.
And yeah, while they're walking, Mercutio will say, Gonaria, stay in line of sight of Bracken, otherwise you'll lose the protection that we've got.
Oh yeah. Gotta.
So why don't I lead the way then?
Okay.
There you go. All right, I'm not gonna make a roll for this because you've got There's no reason to make you roll for this.
And
You
notably-
go on through.
Bracken doesn't have to be looking at you. You just have to be within Bracken's line of sight. Like they have to be able to see you from where you're standing.
Yep.
Also,
Yeah.
we could possibly not need the paint cans if we just go into the security office and disable them.
Sure, if there's a security office, we can go there and see what we can do.
There's an office
Yep.
there at least.
Also, power shortage that turned the cameras off and no one was around to turn them back on is a lot easier to explain than suddenly there's spray paint on these lenses.
Well, I'm also broke, so I'm stealing all their money that they have on site here.
I love
It's
it.
very expensive to get in here. That's going to be a lot
There's,
of money.
there's
Let's
probably
go.
a decent amount of cash sitting around
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
At least
I was gonna say,
$140.
You're not making this less appealing as a prospect.
No. She was saying that was her going. No, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all walk on in. I'm assuming we're starting with just going through the front part before you kind of go down in the tour. You find cash register. Yep, it's full of stuff. They don't clear it every day. So you've got a decent chunk of cash now. If you want to take that. There, you don't need to break it. It just opens.
right.
That was
great.
That was hitting the lever, not breaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they've definitely got one of those like old-fashioned ones.
Yeah,
where
like
it's
the thing that you do in a tourist trap. You get the
Right.
old-fashioned, old-timey, like general
Exactly.
store cash
Mhm.
register.
Fucking lever on the side like a slot machine. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you do find some basic like maintenance supplies, which does include like some warning tape, a little bit of spray paint for like if they need to cover up something that got scuffed. That's definitely an option. There is also, yes, a like security office where the cameras, you can see the camera feeds are.
Is there a crowbar?
Yeah. And, like,
Bracken's grabbing at least one can of spray paint, one roll of warning tape, because that stuff can be useful later for other things.
Oh yes,
and a crowbar.
stock up on things while we're here. She says,
Yep.
grabs this can, another can, another roll of tape.
I reach over to the gift, reach over over the counter at the gift shop, grab one of the tourist trap duffel bags that's definitely there with the branding of the mine on it, and just toss it to Bracken.
You're muted,
Beautiful.
Jack.
He'll catch it. I like the
Yep.
way you think.
Meanwhile, let me go turn these cameras off.
Yeah.
Line of sight.
Oh yeah, no, we're moving as a trio.
Yep. Cameras.
I grab another duffel bag and start dumping money into it.
The alarm for the door is not controlled here. That seems to be like an external service that they've contracted out. So you can't do anything about that.
But fortunately, the door alarm is already just accepting us as people who belong here. So
Yeah. From Actually, the door alarm isn't like on the way you went in, it's on the door outside. The door alarm, if you had gone in through the outside, wouldn't have worked because that one is external and not covered by like the contract. But because you went in through this part, like the way to get in, if someone was here, you would have had to go past people and they would have noticed.
The alarm,
so that door
the alarm
is
on the back
area.
door, not the front door.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we don't leave out the back door then.
yes, don't go out the back door. But you can turn the cameras off. Yes.
Yeah, so she'll just turn the cameras off. It's like, oh no, a sudden power flash. Off you go.
Three of us walk back. All right, guys, we should be good. We just don't go out the back door.
And you all head on in.
I definitely like have at some point put a branded miner's helmet on Bracken's head.
That is an excellent idea. When we go down in the mine, hard hats everybody.
So the hard hats are not regulation hard hats. They are the like cheap.
Oh yeah,
these are.
This
So
is
these
you're
sort of
visiting the
protect you.
construction site,
Yeah.
right? And we have
Yeah.
to be not liable.
But do they have lights on them? If
Oh,
we're
that's
doing a
another
mi-
thing.
If
Yeah,
we're
no.
in a mine, they ought
they
to
would
have lamps on
actually
them.
they would actually sell those. I have gotten the like little cheap
Like headlamp
yeah,
hard
headlamp.
hats. Yeah.
Yeah, they would have
Fantastic.
that.
Yeah,
I
no,
am gonna want a brief check just to see if anyone noticed you on the outside for Miranda and Effie outside. If you want to pull this roll, you can. It's going to be, you have a +1 on this because it's only 2 of you, and
And it's dark.
It's dark, yeah. And I'm assuming you're like smart enough to stay out of the spotlight that's on the front of the building. So it's going to be a dexterity and stealth. If you want to pull, if you want to, yeah, dexterity and stealth, you can make separate rolls, or if one person can assist one other person to make the main roll.
That's certainly a bold assumption. Let's see if it pays off.
Yeah.
I mean, my dex is good.
Okay.
What? You mean Effie, our resident drag queen performer, does not have lots of skills at not being noticed?
No.
I have
Stealth
a
was
decent.
not a skill I took.
Okay.
I have a decent stealth.
All right, I will try and help you then.
Yeah. So you make that roll first, and we'll see if you assist her.
Okay. Am I adding
Probably not.
plus
Well,
one?
wait for Effie to
Yeah.
make her
Okay.
roll first.
Wait to
Right.
do your roll. Yeah. Nice. Yep. So you actually have +2 because Effie's adding 1 to yours. So dexterity and stealth +2. Nice.
3.
Yeah. You stay out. No one noticed you on the outside before you all slip in. And I don't think is there
hard hats with lights for everyone.
I don't think there's a time limit on the
No,
claiming
the
a
place
building,
just
so-
belongs to you until someone takes it from you magically.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no, I can come back here next week and do this all fucking over again.
Oh, boy.
My main source of
Fascinating.
income has become the Quincy Mine Tourist Association.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to put a limit on that.
well, the thing about hostile takeover is it only matters until someone else takes it from you.
Yeah, I
Like-
feel like the next time like a mundane person comes in for their job, then that like takes it over again. That is how I'm gonna rule that. But yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Mhm.
No,
But
we
like
don't-
if you
we don't
take
need to
over a
break
house and the
game
family
just for
doesn't
now.
come back, yeah,
Right.
for
Mhm.
like a week because they're on the vacation, you've got the house until then.
Okay.
Right.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. You are in. I assume you head down on the tour.
Bracken grabs some actual handheld flashlights from the maintenance because I guarantee you
They
there's
have a
got to be.
couple.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Effie is
Yep.
taking one of those because
Yep. Hands it right over.
that hat does not fit. Is not going to fit with certain accoutrements attached to Effie's head right now.
That's fair. That's fair.
Effie.
Uh,
Falling debris is a real hazard underground, though. Okay. Like, I'm not trying to push you into anything you're not comfortable with. I'm just saying that cranial trauma.
There is just a dead stare, takes the hat, holds it out about this far, and then just drops it.
it cracks. It's plastic. It's cheap plastic.
Okay.
I'm certainly glad that will protect that. I'm certainly certain that will protect me.
Okay. Fine.
I mean,
Fine,
strictly
fine.
speaking, any amount of deflection is deflection that's not going into your head, but I mean, fair. It'll protect you once.
Bracken kind of
It's a
scratches
good
his
thing
chin
my-
and then goes and checks the maintenance cabinet to see if there are any like actual rated hard hats.
They've
in
got
there.
2.
He grabs those. Puts
is a
one
good
on
thing,
his. He's like,
then.
all right, I found a real good one. Does anybody want the
I'll
real
take one
good?
if you don't mind.
All right, Mercutio. Good. All right.
It is a
Mhm.
good thing that my hair is high enough then, if any amount of protection will help.
Bracken gives Effie a look. Exactly how hairspray is Effie right now?
Actually, not that much.
Okay.
It's a decently sized wig.
Okay. All righty.
All right.
Are-
I want a marching order.
I mean,
'Cause this
Bracken's
is-
going first because he's the one who activated it, and so he's the one who's going to try and throw the gate.
Okay.
Mercutio will probably follow right behind Bracken, being the other person in an actually rated hard hat.
Okay.
Evie will be third because you do not go last. That's how you become the first person killed by the serial killer.
Excellent.
Guinaria will go last. That way, when the cave-in happens, she can get out.
That is also fair.
Oh, Miranda was gonna be last. She'll be second to last then.
All right.
There is
Excellent.
you may notice that there is a certain hitch in Guinaria's step once we begin to actually go down into the cave.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can Bracken try and get a read on that?
Sure.
Just wits and empathy.
Yep.
I appreciate that. Our marching order, with a little bit off in there in a couple places, is basically our gender spectrum.
That's actually kind of accurate. Yeah,
it's basically our gender spectrum.
Magnificent. Would intentions specialty apply for this wits and empathy or no?
What do you think, son?
And I guess that kind of works because Mercutio can literally go anywhere in there.
Intentions.
Yep.
Being genderqueer.
No, I don't think there's any intentionality behind it.
Okay, no worries. Yep, barely noticed.
Yep.
All right. We're heading down and looking for ghosts.
Heading down. Okay. I'm going to have our first two, because you would be the first two to notice things. Bracken and Mercutio. Make me wits.
Composure.
Wits and composure.
I'm glad I went first because I'm good at that.
Yep. To notice stuff.
Can we put willpower into this?
Yes.
I'm not yet.
I will.
2 successes for Bracken.
Okay.
Bracken's got the. Does the rated helmet have a headlamp too, or no?
No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
He's just got a flashlight out then.
Yep.
Mercutio will also have flashlight then.
Yep. As you descend, it is a ways. You have to go walking for quite some time, then an elevator, then some stairs, then some more walking. And at this point, you have been walking for, I have no idea if this is accurate in terms of time, but 45 minutes.
Okay.
It's a long time. Yeah.
So we're like down in.
It takes 15 to get down the 2,000 meter.
But there's also the steam hoisted and shit too, I think,
Yeah.
as well. So yeah.
It's warm down here because when you go underground, it's a constant temperature and outside is freezing right now. So this is comparatively pretty balmy. It's like a 60 degree sort of temperature. And dead quiet. The lights are not on inside of the tunnel, so you are just relying on flashlights unless you have turned the lights on out when you were at the front of the tour. That was a question, actually. Did you turn the lights on, or are you just going flashlights?
Would it have been
turning the lights on? Does that include outside lights or just inside lights?
No, there's lights inside of the like little atrium building, and then there are the lights down that are like on a long string that are set in the ceiling.
So we could technically just illuminate the mine, and none of the
you could just
exterior?
technically illuminate the mine. Yes,
I think Bracken would have suggested, if that was an option that
all,
we could find.
Yeah. Yep.
If that's an option, yes, we light the mine up and nothing else.
Right. Yeah. No.
Then the only sound is the like buzzing of those fluorescent lights,
which is a very reassuring and calming sound.
Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, nothing else. In a couple of spots, there's a little bit of like water dripping. One of these shafts has flooded. It was allowed to flood after they dug it out, and they just decided it wasn't worth pumping it out again. I'm also gonna have everyone, because this isn't limited by like distance, give me just a wits occult for spooky stuff.
Can we just carry on my previous failure and
Yeah, we can assume you don't have to make the roll.
assume that I have continued to see nothing?
That's okay.
I mean, can I carry on my previous 4 successes or no?
No, that's incorrect.
Just wanted to check. I'll spend a willpower on this then.
Okay.
I have noticed nothing.
Okay.
Ow.
Nice.
There you go, Miranda.
Nice.
Proud of you.
I feel like the gratuitous, the exceptional failure that caused me to become claustrophobic has made it so that it's very difficult for me to even try to start looking for the stuff.
Yeah. You're concentrating on just
Breathing.
being there. Yep.
Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in.
Yep.
Don't panic.
Yep. Miranda, it begins to feel
A lot like Christmas.
no. I mean, it's getting close there. Eventually, we'll have to have a Christmas episode. That
God,
I'm
is,
so excited for that.
yeah. It begins to get chilly feeling, and it's not like a constant chill. It's just every so often you just get sort of a chill. And you notice as you're Gwenari, you're not quite to the end of the tour yet. You know that the main like tour side, and I assume you all have been just sort of following the main tour. There were a couple like more like offshoots toward the front, but I'm assuming you all are following the main tour line just to see what's here first.
I'll call
at least.
directions from the back.
Yep. Yeah. You don't even need to call directions. It's like very clearly marked. Here is how you get out. Like if a person got lost, so they would be able to get their way back out, because they don't want to deal with with
dead bodies being found because they got lost in the mine.
Exactly. That would be very bad.
Or would it
Just
just
business
add
in
to the
general.
mystique and they can just talk about more dead bodies?
Yeah, I feel like that
People
would
have
be
died.
bad.
That's how your tour
as soon
gets
as
shut
last
down.
week.
But Miranda, as you're going past one of these junctions where there's like a little, like one of those wooden sawhorses that's painted like yellow to mark off don't go this way, you can feel that like a sort of wind coming up from this tunnel off to the side on your left as you go past.
Miranda's going to start walking that direction then and not say anything.
Okay, you can also feel that there it's like an arch, and this part is a little bit less. So as you've been going further in, it has got the main tunnel is fairly well maintained and is about the same level of like done so that it is safe for tourists to go along it. But the offshoot sides have gotten more and more like rustic. This one has like beams around the outside, sort of framing it before you go into that part of the tunnel. And you can feel with that 4 roll, this is a threshold. This is a place that goes into a hollow.
Okay.
Doesn't feel, yeah, you can tell it's a hollow of some sort.
Okay, she'll walk up to it and stop and then call out to the others. It's a threshold to a hollow.
Do we have changelings instead of ghosts potentially?
Or ghosts of changelings.
I don't know
Or
if that's worse.
Ghosts that have taken up a changeling's home.
Potentially, yeah. That might be why. That might be why they want it cleared, is because this was a changeling's home, and then ghosts showed up.
Bracken.
Yeah.
You would be aware from your traveling through the hedge as part of your durance that sometimes ghosts get stuck in the hedge or are like formed in there. Sometimes if something very momentous happened, just a memory of something will form a ghost.
Yep. Bracken's going to shine his light down this passage.
Yep. It shines down into it. You don't, the light fades.
Okay, so it goes further than the light is. Okay. Hedge ghosts can be a thing.
I'm also going to note because hedge ghosts also, if it's based on a person, it will also have an anchor.
Mhm.
But if it's just based on the hedge, then
Right. Then it's just
Yeah.
hedge.
Mhm.
We could explore this side, make sure nothing's here, and then go in. Because basically there could be ghosts in the hedge, there could be ghosts on this side, there could be ghosts on both. What do you guys think?
What are the likelihood that there are ghosts on this side versus ghosts in the hollow?
Well, considering people have noticed them, they've at least had some activity around here, presumably. So
No, people that have noticed them have been changelings.
yes, but they noticed that they were around the mines rather than the hedge. I feel like they would have mentioned the hedge if it was relevant to our investigation.
All right, so we check this side first, and then if we don't find anything, check
We
out
can
this
check
hollow.
the hedge. Yeah.
Well,
I-
it was only radar that gave us the information.
And
And
radar's
they-
been a bit dodgy, but I feel like let's
I
be
would-
thorough here and
I
find
would
out what we can find
say-
out.
I would rather clear the hollow first and then continue on, and have something come out of the hollow behind us.
Mhm.
Okay, that's also a point. Effie,
Yeah. Yes.
what do you think?
I mean, yeah, if there's nothing in the hollow, then there's nothing in the hollow. Great. If there is something in the hollow and we just walk by it, then that's not good. So
Trapdoor spider. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
I understood that
Bracken
reference.
licks his thumb and sticks it against the wall and spends a point of glamour.
I'm
Excellent.
going to, while that's happening,
Mhm.
just in case. You said it was getting cold. As we got to this part.
It's like been cold wafts on, and there's definitely like a cold-ish wind. It's not like constant, it's like varies coming out of this side tunnel.
Okay, I'm just gonna spin. Yeah. So in that case, I'm just gonna spend 2 glamour to activate elemental weapon.
Excellent.
And I'm actually just gonna reach over to some of the stone on the wall.
Mhm.
Hang on, really quick. If there's anything. Oh yeah, no, that doesn't help me at all. Yeah, so reach over to the stone on the wall, sink, and you're sort of starting to see her mane come through as she does this. Sink her claws into the wall, grip and pull, and as she pulls, just a large sword made of stone attempts to come out. Let's roll that. 3 successes. So yeah.
Nice.
So that's 1 success to make it. +1 weapon modifier per success spent. Is what it says. I'm assuming that's 1 to make it, 2 to buff it.
Sounds like it. We can work it out because we're gonna end soon.
Right. Oh yeah. Because I can decrease my initiative penalty, add range, or increase weapon modifier per
Yeah,
success spent.
so-
Maximum at 3 per.
Feel free to
So-
decide that before we get to.
Yeah. So it's a really sharp sword.
Excellent.
Just pull it out of the wall.
Hell yeah.
Anyone else doing any prep?
My defensive thing does not require me to take an action. It can be done reflexively. So not
Excellent. Headed on through.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
as you step through the threshold into this hollow. That's where we're going to end for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.